Alright, welcome back to Finding My ELO on chess.com. So, let's start with the puzzles as we do. And we are actually up to 975 on the puzzles, really. This is good. And then this, and then this. And that's mate. So cool, we've evolved from mate in 1 to mate in 3. I can live with that. This is interesting. Hold on. So, if we move our queen at any point, that's mate. Well, maybe not immediately, but very quickly becomes mate. Especially if we block the king's escape, the only short, quick escape it has. Now, let's still try to look for checks specifically, a chain of checks that will lead to mate. So I'm thinking this, which puts him in check. He can't take because queen, so that would force him to move somewhere over here. If he moves either of those spots, that is mate. If he moves here, that is mate. So this is the right choice, and then he moved there. Okay, so now it's mate. Alright. I mean, if I do this, he has to trade queens. And then I'm also threatening his bishop and his rook. Cool. Alright. Now then, let's get to the game. Alright. 884. Win 12, lose 15. So we're getting closer, I think. Right, and my focus of this game is going to be trying to spend no more than 20 or 30 seconds on any given move. So, alright. He's not protecting this pawn, other than the queen, obviously, but... You know what, I like the setup. It's a very safe, basic setup. Knights, bishop, and pawn guarding the bishop. I mean, sure. Well, I could put him in check, but since he hasn't brought his knight out yet, he would just push his pawn, and then I'm losing my bishop or knight for nothing. I mean, at the same time, it would let me castle. You know what? Let's do that. I'm not going to castle on this side anyway. So if he takes and we trade, you know, I break up my pawns on this side, that's fine. Yeah, okay. I don't care. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay. I want to trade your knight for, yeah, my knight. What are you threatening? Am I missing something? This is protected by my queen. I mean, I guess he's threatening pushing the pawn. And if I move my queen, he takes this pawn, which, okay. What if... So this pawn obviously is being defended by his queen. Cool. We get it, right? Huh. Well, that's a curious one. Why does he want his knight there so bad? And, like, I have no concern about him. Does he not know that's a thing? No, he must know it's a thing. Wait. Ah ha ha! Gotcha. I gotcha. I figured out why you want your guy there so bad. Alright. Because, yeah, if I had moved here to do something with this pawn, that. If I move my queen at all, that. That honestly kind of confuses me. Okay. Clever. If I move my queen here, it gets taken. It gets taken. If I move it here, it gets taken. Taken. Pawn. If I move it here, same thing. If I move it here, he goes there and forks my rook and my queen. And if I go here, he goes there and forks my rook and my queen. I messed up. So, how do I fix it? How do I fix it? Because if I do this, he just takes with this pawn and I'm in the same exact position, except now he can't fork my rook and my queen, but at the same time he... Wait a second. Ooh, does he see it? Does he see it? Actually, that's a good question. Does he? Yeah, he sees this. Okay, he absolutely sees this. So, this is the point where I say, fine. Mm-hmm. That's actually completely fine. That's completely fine. So I'm actually going to do this. I'm just trying to get this mate lined up because my bishop's still threatening. Alright. Okay. He saw it. That's unfortunate. And I threw away this pawn, so I can't actually go threaten that rook. Mm-hmm. I mean, at this point, if he pushes and promotes, I lose. I have this escape, for if he does that. Okay. Yep. Yep. Time to get creative. Rook, queen, bishop. It is defended. If he pushes this pawn, I kind of have no choice but to go queen. And then if he pushes it again, at the very least, I get a rook in exchange for him getting a queen. But here, I'm trying to hopefully create some pressure. And if he lets me take it, like, that's just GG. Wait a second. Wait a second. If he blocks with rook, I go check. What? What? Did he just give me... Hold on. Hold on. I go here. He goes here. I win. He goes here. I win. He goes here. I win. Yes, this is the right answer. This is absolutely the right answer. His only way to stop that mate would have been this. And at that point, what, I just take with my queen, right? Because this pawn is still here. No, because then he takes with his king. Yeah, no. That would have stopped the mate if he had just moved his rook there instead of trying to push that pawn. Yeah, because then it would take too many moves for me to set up mate at that point. Just in the nick of time. Alright. Speaking of time, I actually did okay that time. 3 minutes. Nice. Alright. So, what can we glean from this one? I blundered somewhere. Really? Oh, was it the time where I gave him the fork? So, book. They suggested attacking the pawn because there's nothing defending the pawn. So, I attack the pawn. If he takes, I can push this and take. Or, whatever. If he takes and then pushes, I take the knight, developing the knight. No, there, developing the knight. So, cool. Yeah, that is a good move. That's a good move, but I did not. I opted for my safe little balanced opening start area thing. Why take with the pawn? Because then I'll just have doubled up pawns here, where I can't use this one to try to do anything. I'm sure there's some, mid-late game reason. Yeah, they're like, well, you kept the pawn in line, so you might as well use it, but I didn't. Oh, now they want me to ignore the pawn for a second. Yeah. I should have. I really should have. If he brought his queen in, okay. That lets me bring my rook, queen defending, threaten the queen. Or if he takes the pawn, then he has nothing defending the two pawns. I should have taken there. I kind of knew I should have taken there, but I didn't. Because I am a fool. I don't know. Sometimes I like just locking it up because I feel like a lot of people don't know how to really play around while the game's locked up. Doesn't mean I'm great at it. And yes, that was just because I didn't know if they knew I could. And I like doing it because it's a thing that's fun to do. And they're moving that so that the queen's defending it. I should have just done that, or moved the pawn to threaten the knight, so that if he tried to take with his rook, I could just take his knight. Yeah, there's all sorts of good things I could have done. Yeah, that was the blunder. Yeah, because it let him fork me, and it was saying that trading queen for knight is better than losing rook for nothing. I agree, except I kind of had this set up for a potential mate, and it really did result in, at the end of the game. Oh wow, I didn't even notice that. I guess if his queen had gotten out of the picture, it would have made things a little bit simpler. Yeah. Really? That was... I was not expecting that. I was expecting him to push the rook up, for me to put him in check, for him to take my queen, for me to take that, for him to push that, for me to get my rook back in line, and then he would have had to do this. I could have taken there, or if he had, just promoted, I would have taken there. That was my thought, doing that, is resolve this situation, right? And then worry about getting down here and dealing with this mess. And he... Yeah. Yep. Pretty much. Pretty much. And the queen move here, and then if he did the same thing, then it's still mate, just a different kind of mate, and it's less, catastrophic if he moves his rook there. Because if my rook's here and he moves his rook there, then my queen is free to go deal with this mess, or, my rook to still threaten that can deal with that mess. I don't know. I feel like at that point it was kind of like either way, you know. They said it's excellent, but queen is best. Yeah, because it's an easier mate. But yeah. All right, that's it. That was finding my ELO for the night. We're up to 896. So I think the highest we've been so far is 900. Cool. According to the puzzles, we're higher than that, but I don't put much faith in those. So, for now, that has been finding my ELO for the night. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, have a good one.